Hello, everyone. I'm Alyssa Bernhardt, the Managing Director of Omega Phi Alpha, and I'm here on Volunteer Appreciation Week to recognize some of our volunteers for all that they do. As you may know, Omega Phi Alpha was primarily a volunteer-led organization for more than 50 years. We only had an office administrator, I think, starting in 2008. So for many, many years, we were at 40 years, we were a completely volunteer-led organization. And just in the past couple of years, we've added some additional contractors. So we still rely heavily on our members to volunteer for the national organization. And so during this Volunteer Appreciation Week, we think it's really important to publicly recognize all of the volunteers who commit so much time, and so many of their skills to improve our organization and move it forward. So today I want to give a hearty appreciation and shout out to all of the operational leadership team managers and coordinators. So I'm going to go through them one by one. First, I want to give a shout out to Corey Goodburn. Corey is our expansions manager. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you already know who Corey is. He does a lot of work for recruiting members to prospective new chapters. He identifies people who might be interested in new universities, and he really works to ensure that the prospective new chapters are successful. Continuing with the expansions team, I want to recognize Abby Gillen. Abby recently joined the expansions team as the coordinator after serving as an advisor for our Alpha Tau chapter at the University of North Carolina. And Abby is just so fun. I love how passionate she is about sisterhood through service and how many great ideas she has for improving sisterhood through service and through leadership. I really appreciate the perspectives that Abby brings to the team, and so appreciate all of her work. Also, on the expansions team, I want to give a shout out to Callie Powell, who recently joined as the University of Cincinnati prospective new chapter advisor. Thank you. Thank you. It is hard work to move a prospective new chapter all the way to induction. So we appreciate all the work that you will do to help this chapter. And on that note, I also want to thank Jenna Zielinski. And you may be thinking, isn't Jenna a paid contractor? She is a chapter health specialist and does get paid for her work with Omega Phi Alpha. But in addition to that, she has generously volunteered her time and skills to help Binghamton University become inducted as a chapter, which will happen in just a couple of weeks. So she has done that as a volunteer, and it has been so helpful. Jenna has such a positive vibe and comes into everything with an open mind and can always see the best in everything. And I love her spirit. All right, and moving into some other volunteer roles, I want to thank the people who volunteer on our alum engagement team. So we have Caitlin Ennis, who is our young alumni coordinator. Caitlin makes sure that all new alum, like graduating seniors, are well connected to the sorority and understand what their role is after they graduate. And then we have Rachel Pearson. Rachel is our alum engagement coordinator, and Rachel works to ensure that all alumni have the connections they want. Between Caitlin and Rachel, we have two people who are really passionate about alum engagement and really want to make sure that people feel like they have a home in Omega Phi Alpha. And they both work so diligently to help alumni connect in their respective roles. So if you're an alumni who's hoping for more engagement opportunities, these are your people. I want to thank a few people on the diversity and inclusion team. We have Serena Lobo, who is our chapter diversity coordinator. Serena does a lot of training and is the main contact for chapters that have diversity officers or have diversity questions. What I really appreciate about Serena is that she is very analytical and very data driven and makes really sound decisions that are in the best interest of our members. And we also have Nikki Kozub, who is our accessibility and accommodations coordinator. Nikki is so passionate about accessibility and accommodations. She is the perfect person for this role. And she is so intentional about the work that she does and works really hard to make sure we have all the training that we need. She's hosted several accessibility trainings over the past couple of semesters and is always seeking new ideas. And finally, I would like to thank Megan Martin, who's our friendship coordinator. Megan does our book club, the Book Buzz, and engagement activities for our members are not easy. And I just really appreciate how Megan takes input from everyone and really listens to the members and creates an environment that is really fun, but that also is really meaningful. So Megan is the reason that our national book club, the Book Buzz, is alive. So thank you, Megan. And the last person that I have is April Carroll. April Carroll is our National Constitution Liaison. This is a relatively new position. We've noticed a lot of need to update chapter constitutions and to have a dedicated team member who can guide chapters, and the best way to do that, who's available to read chapter constitutions and offer feedback every year. So that is April. And, I really love that April is passionate about parliamentary procedure and doing constitutions the right way. We need someone who is willing to do that, and that's April. And I'm so grateful for the many ways that she flexes to be a member of this team. So, in closing, there are tons of opportunities to volunteer on the national team, and we would love to have you. If there is anything that you think you can contribute to the national team, or if you're interested in a position that we have, our open positions are always listed on our website, and we're always happy to talk more about what you might be interested in, how you think you can help us.